Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we really need to make money, and that means that we need a mission that is profitable. We've been having some really unfortunate luck on mission generation for a very long time here, and we need to turn that around. So let's go ahead and connect into MercNet and see what we've got here. Okay, what do we got? The recovery, a defend base, a battle. I mean, that's a 7.5 skull. No free priority salvage. An 8 skull escort. I don't think an escort is worthwhile right now. There is this assassinate. But I think that we might want to angle for this 7.5 skull. Or actually, this is on the side of Comstar. It's a recovery mission. It's only 1.2 million C-bills. I think that's probably not worth the enemies we're likely to run into at this difficulty. So I think we're probably going to do this defend base for Draconis Combine. Oh, Comstar is the op for. Okay, well, that's not a great option then. Well, we kind of don't have great options. There's a capture base here. Battle, destroy base. Assassinate. Heavy resistance, okay. Blackout, battle, assassinate. I mean, we could go for assassination. Local pirate organization. Actually, against pirates, that's not too bad. There's no free priority salvage here, but we need cash so badly that I think we're going to run here anyway. Let's do it. Local pirate organization, we're likely to run up against ramshackle mechs, and that is good for us. Very, very good. We need to swap in the Annihilator and the Fafnir, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we need a pilot for those. Bullfrog could pilot either. We'll put her in the Annihilator for now, unless we find an Annihilator pilot. Actually, I think we have an Annihilator pilot here, don't we? Awesome, Bullshark. Yes, Annihilator. Okay, so Poet is the Annihilator pilot. Bullfrog we'll put into the Madcap Mark II. She doesn't have any other affinities other than Battlemaster. And I don't think we have anybody with Fafnir affinities either. Kodiak could start developing some, but let's double check that. Any Fafnir or Madcap Mark II that are available right now? No. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. Okay. So we've got 8 skull difficulty assassinate here against pirates. They're going to run less good mechs with less good weapon systems. And hopefully there's not going to be too many of them. But even if they are, we can probably brush them aside pretty easily. Now, we know that there's going to be the assassinate target. We know that there's going to be another lance. So 5 mechs bare minimum. There could be additional reinforcement lances. We're hoping that there's not too many of them, but I mean, with the way RogueTech has been generating lately, I expect that there's going to be 4 lances. Oh, I hope I'm wrong about that. I sure hope I'm wrong. 4 lances can be tough, even if it's pirates we're against. So we need to destroy the target and escape. We've had confirmation from several sources that the leader of an insurgent cell backed by the local pirate organization is moving in the open. This is a rare opportunity to take out one of the primary enemies of the legitimate Kharitan regime in Camlin. Additionally, we'll include a bonus payment if you're able to destroy all of the target's escorting units. We've only got their word that this target is a terrorist, but that sort of extra legal maneuvering is why they're hiring us instead of using their own forces. Still, best to be alert for anything. Indeed. So this is in an urban environment, so we will have lots of line of sight breaks. And I guess we'll see how our knockdowns go, particularly on the Bullshark.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and begin this. So we immediately see 3 indicators here. Insurgent leader is in the area. Yup.
Time for a little urban war.
Okay, so there's a supporting force and a reinforcement. So 2 lances and the insurgent leader. That's not as bad as it could have been. We're going to go ahead and do this. I did not necessarily mean to accept that, this is not necessarily ideal, but we can always move them out of there with careful maneuvering these days. And it's like I said, there are 4 lances.
Keep your eyes peeled, Commander. This looks like an ideal place for an ambush.
Thanks, Darius. Well, we are just getting the worst rolls. These mission generations are awful. Absolutely terrible, and I don't know what changed. I never saw anything in the patch notes about them changing the mission generations. This Atlas spawned inside of our territory. Like, in the middle of our units. That's kind of funny. We should be able to eliminate him quite easily with the Salamander. We don't move the Salamander until phase 17, though. Okay, so they hit us with a PPC there. That's not that big of a deal. There's an Orion over here. There's going to be enemies just everywhere. There's 17 enemy units. But this Atlas should be easy to defeat. We should be able to get him out of here very, very simply. This Juggernaut runs away a bit, hides behind that building. Okay. Not too scary there. Is that Zeus the leader? No. Okay. And Orion moves up. He's kind of flanking us. We're going to have to deal with him. Okay. So our Salamander moves now. We're going to walk in behind this Kraken. We're going to kick him. And... do we want to fire AX? I feel like we don't. Get in there. We missed a 76% kick. That's bad luck.
Stand still, moron.
But we still killed him. Okay. So that's good. 1 unit down. 16 to go. So there's a Timberwolf up over here. Position side arc to us. Interesting. Okay. So next up is going to be our Annihilator. The Annihilator is going to position over here. And we're going to go side arc on this Orion as hard as we can. Do we fire slug or cluster rounds here? Honestly, I think cluster. That's a structure exposure on that Orion.
Reporting critical hit.
Excellent. So they have a phase 14 mover we don't see. It's a Grace out there. Ooh. We really don't want this to blow up.
Mama can hit harder than that.
We really don't want this electrical transformer to blow up. It has 2 HP left. Okay.
Hear ya.
So our Mauler is going to position up over here.
Coordinates received.
And we're going to hit this Timberwolf. Our HGR hit chance is not ideal. We'll go ahead and fire it. A little bit of Timberwolf damage there.
Hey there.
The longbow is going to position up over here.
Move order received.
And we probably want to fire on... that's a Nidhogg? Okay. That's something that we can have our artillery shoot at, for sure. We're going to fire our enhanced LRM-15s at this Timberwolf. Okay. So that's a structure exposure on the Timberwolf.
Commander.
Our Bull Shark is going to position over here, I think. Well, actually, we're going to move it up over here. I was thinking about using the Bull Shark's AP Gauss rifles to fish for crits in this Orion, but we have this Nidhogg. We have to fire on the Nidhogg in flak mode. We'll see if we get knocked down. That's a successful hit. Looks like we did not get knocked down. Okay, good.
Standing by.
The Fafnir is going to move up over here. And we're going to hit this Timberwolf. We will Warlord to boost our odds a bit, up to 54%. And let's see what we get here. Pretty decent. Not bad there. That'll be potentially a knockdown on that Timberwolf. Well, it got him unsteady anyway. Okay. So the Boar's Head absolutely has to turn around over this way. And we absolutely have to fire on the Nidhogg in high explosive flak mode. No way around it. This Nidhogg has to go. That was really bad. Okay. Neither of those even came close to hitting. The Madcat Mark II is going to move over here.
Acknowledged.
We're going for the kill on the Timberwolf.
Here it comes.
Excellent. So the Timberwolf is down.
Tango down.
That looks like a mech rider that they're reserving back there. Okay. Well, we'll see what the Nidhogg ends up doing. It's still quite a long ways out. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. That's a Gallant firing on our Fafnir there. We really want to move the Salamander. The Nidhogg closes in, fires on the Salamander. Okay.
I'm losing armor bad.
Surprisingly, it doesn't destroy that Transformer. PPC on the Boar's Head. That's fine. No problem whatsoever there. This Nidhogg does have to go. And there's quite a collection of units up here. Okay. Base 21 mover. So that's our Dragon Slayer. It jumps on top of a building, shoots at the Salamander. Ouch! Structure exposure.
Armor blow through. Internal damage.
What's in that arm? LRM ammo and the LRM-20. Yikes. And the Marshal hits him as well. No internal damage. That's good. That Salamander is in serious danger, though. We need to protect the left-hand side. We need to Vigilance it. And then we're going to sprint up over this way. We protect the left-hand side as best we can. This is the furthest over we can turn, surprisingly. We're going to have to position here to turn further. Okay. So a position like that, I would love to go for the Nidhogg here. It's almost certainly got AMS. Yeah, double AMS flare there. But we're going to fire and see what we can get. We're going to tag it as well. Okay, so there's some armor reduction there, and that Nidhogg actually got some good crits on it. Where were those crits? In the turret. Okay, that's not ideal. Of course, nothing about this mission has been ideal. Literally nothing. Should we withdraw? Let me put it this way.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
strongly considering a withdrawal. We're going to move in our Annihilator over here. We're going to hit this Orion.
Firing on target.
That's a lot of damage to the Orion,
Target
for sure.
taking a critical hit.
Bleeding out, 41 activations remaining. What's even the point of a bleed out if it's going to be that many? Okay. So he's going to go for the Annihilator. The Annihilator wins this
Damage
duel.
minimal.
There's no doubt about that. We need to eliminate that Nidhogg. That is an extraordinarily high priority right now. A Juggernaut comes in, does not fire.
What can I do for you?
So our Mauler is going to move up and body block for our Salamander.
Got it.
We could fire on that Juggernaut or on the Nidhogg. Hit odds are just hot garbage with the Heavy Gauss, and I'm wondering why. Just a refire, I guess. Okay, well, we're gonna give it a go here anyway.
Got it.
Decent damage to the Juggernaut there. Phase 14. Is there Grace? I did not realize that that had artillery. Okay. Well, that makes our situation even worse.
Ooh, took a heavy hit there.
And an Atlas firing at the Mauler. For now, that's okay. Okay.
Waiting for
So our longbow is going to move up over this way.
Got it.
And I think we have to hit this Nidhogg. I don't think there's any way around it. Hit odds are abysmal, but we have to take them.
Got it.
Another VTOL propulsion destruction,
Target's taking a critical hit.
but that doesn't destroy him.
Standing by.
So our Bull Shark is going to step up over here,
On my way.
and we have to hit this Nidhogg in flak mode. No way around it.
Engaging target.
$98 internal damage, and he's not dead. Okay, that showed up weirdly. That's not actually what happened. It was almost all armor damage.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so the Madcap Mark II is going to move up here,
Position confirmed.
and we're going to fire on this Nidhogg. I want this Nidhogg dead.
Taking the shot.
Engine crit there, and that's a dead Nidhogg.
Hostile removed.
Good.
Ready for
Now we can move up with our Fafnir. And we are going to fire on this Juggernaut. Hit odds aren't great. I'm going to bump us down to X1 on the UAC-20s.
Tossing for an alpha strike.
Ooh, that was solid, actually. Yeah, that was quite solid. So that Juggernaut is very injured at this point, and we want to start dropping artillery back here.
I'm here.
So our Boar's Head is going to move up a bit,
Okay.
and we're going to put artillery... I'd love to drop it on this Grace. But really, the Zeus is the most centrally located one.
I'll try.
Not the greatest shots I've seen, but it'll do. Okay. So we've killed 3 of their mechs thus far. Another 2 will easily die this next round. They have a phase 30 mover here, which is very early. What is that? We don't even know what that is. Okay. That's their Gallant. And it fires on the Fafnir. That's fine.
Damage minimal.
Okay, so we are going to move our Salamander here, and I don't think we have Ace Pilot, do we? That would be under passive abilities. Tactician and Bandit. Okay, so if we were to move in over here, like so,
You got it.
and then Vigilance the Salamander. Okay. Just taking a look at what's available over here to shoot at. We're going to fire on this Juggernaut. I do expect a kill here, I think.
10-4. Reporting.
Huge amounts of damage to him. Okay. Red Reaper moves up. Sure. A lot of these units are not currently relevant, right? So that's working in our favor. This is a good artillery cluster here. For right now, anyway. Okay, they're firing on our Salamander, but that's strong side. We're okay with that for the moment. This Juggernaut will very easily die to the next attacker. Oh yeah, definitely. 3 phase 18 movers. Sure. So their Orion walks in, point blanks us, and actually rear arc attacks our Salamander.
That was a critical hit.
That's very rude. The Dragon Slayer also fires on the Salamander. Oof.
Internal structure damaged.
Yeah, he has a through armor Gauss rifle. I just can't believe how bad of luck we're getting with our map generations. Like, that's insane. Absolutely crazy.
Light damage, holding firm.
So we can eliminate this Orion very easily when we finally get a chance to move. Phase 17, they're going to get 2 movers. One will be this Marshal, firing, of course, on the Salamander. Minor damage there. We're going to have to disengage the Salamander. There's no way around it. And the Atlas moves up, also fires on the Salamander, indirect. Okay.
Armor holding.
So that's fine for now.
Aye, aye.
Our Annihilator is, of course, just going to stand right where it's at. We're going to kick this Orion and hit him with everything we've got. I think we're not going to fire our LRM-20 Zeus, but we'll fire in slug mode.
Attempting physical attack.
So that's a successful melee. And this guy's out of here. Cool. As I said, the Annihilator wins this duel.
Enemy down.
So their Juggernaut stands up now. It has very little left. But it goes for the Salamander. Oof. Okay, what just happened there? So the Mauler took a bunch of armor damage from this explosion. I didn't think it was close enough, but apparently it was. Okay.
Good to go.
So the Mauler is going to move up.
Moving to position.
And let's check hit odds out over this way. Very low is the answer. So we're going to go for the kill on the Juggernaut. This should be a very free kill.
Right, Commander.
One dead Juggernaut. The supporting forces are gone.
Time.
Perfect.
That's a kill.
Next up, the Longbow is going to step forward over here.
Confirm.
And we're probably going to go for the Victor, although the Marshal we can make unsteady. So I think that's an even better option. We're going to fire on the Marshal here.
All weapons are go.
So that Marshal is unsteady. And that's great. Next up, we're going to move the Bullshark up. And the Bullshark absolutely wants to hit this cluster of units over here. We're going to need to hit in artillery mode. Unfortunately, the Grace moved out into this corner. So we're going to hit the Zeus then. It's not
Target
perfect, but this whole mission has not been
Primary
ideal.
target damage, Commander.
Okay. Unfortunately, we also failed our knockdown
I'm
roll,
hit.
but for now that's okay. The Fafnir will close
On
in,
my way.
and we are going to fire on this Dragon Slayer with just our ER medium laser. That's the only thing we're in range for. I think we hit it there.
Hey,
The Boar's Head is going to step up,
moving to position.
and we are also firing on this Zeus.
There we go.
Okay, so that building was knocked down. I think we also eliminated the battle armor, which is fine. We're going to move up with our Madcap Mark II, and that's going to simply sprint forward.
Copy that.
We're going to fire on their Dragon Slayer.
Targeting.
We'll strip some armor off of that, and also maybe take down that building. We did not take down the building. It's still got 77 HP left. So they've still got quite a number of units, right? It's a bit of a problem, for sure. We did actually straight up lose this arm, so that's another LRM-20 gone. Okay. For now, we're going to disengage the Salamander, and we're just going to chill over here. Call that good. The 4 Phase 30 movers. Wow. I mean, they still outnumber us to a pretty large degree. So that's the thing. We've eliminated the support lance at this point and 25% of the reinforcement lance. That's going to be their Gallant moving. It fires on the Bull Shark, which is, of course, knocked down from the Long Tom.
Light
It's
damage.
only like a
Confirmed.
26% chance to get knocked down, by the way. We'll see how often that happens. Okay. Well, this is looking pretty grim. I mean, we basically knew that when we saw how many enemies we were against, right? That was basically always going to be the case. But now that we've lost the arm and the clan LRM-20 already on the Salamander, and the Salamander is basically out of the fight, here's the thing. I don't think that this mission is worth it. Not worth the damage that we're going to take. So, we're going to work on disengaging
Can't
and
take
withdrawing.
Any more hits like that. My armor's
There's just
getting
too many
pissed
of them.
off.
So we're going to withdraw. It's a good faith withdraw at this point. Sumire will be overhead in 5 rounds.
Yes, Commander.
So, our longbow is going to attempt to make it out of LOS. We don't quite make it. We're going to fire on this Dragon Slayer.
Locked on target.
There we go. We knock him off of his building anyway.
Watch my heat. I'm taking damage.
They fire on the Salamander. That's rude.
Getting banged up real good here.
In fact, that's very rude. Phase 22. What are they going to move? The Marshal jumps on top of a building. Fires on the Fafnir. That's fine.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Okay.
Waiting
So our
for
Mauler
orders.
is just going to withdraw a bit. And we're going to fire on this Marshal. We'll go ahead and Warlord
Commencing
and
Alpha
fire
strike.
whatever we can at him. We missed everything. Okay.
Ooh.
Indeed. So their Atlas moves up, fires on the Salamander, of course. They're going to keep focusing on the Salamander, and we're going to have to move the Salamander fast.
Commander.
So the Annihilator is going to make its way up over this way,
Moving out.
and we're just going to drop our LRMs on this Marshal. Okay, so he gets knocked down again.
Standing by.
The Boar's Head is going to dip out of LOS here.
I'll try.
And where are we going to drop artillery? They're fairly spread out right now. So we're going to drop the artillery, I think, on this Dragon Slayer. That'll be fine. Okay. And
Yes,
now
ma'am.
we're going to need to get up our Bull Shark, of course.
All right. I'm up again.
And we can't move, but we're going to fire on the Grace.
Target confirmed.
Okay. He's got bolt-on and laser AMS.
Commander.
Is kind of nutty. We're going to back off a bit with our Fafnir.
Roger.
And we're just going to pot shot this Marshal.
I copy.
There we go. And let's see what they're going to do. Not a whole lot is the answer. The Madcap Mark II is also going to back off,
Affirmative.
but there's just too many enemies. We're not going to get through this profitably.
Affirmative.
So we need to bail.
I'm out of long range missiles.
We'll hit that Marshal. Okay. Next round. We get to move right away with our Salamander. We're going to need to Vigilance it, and we are just going to try to sprint away, I think. If we move out into this lightning field, +4 difficulty to hit. Okay. I like it. So we're going to do that and expose our right side to them if we can. About like that.
Double time. Let's go.
It'll be harder to hit us. And we'll be vigilanced. And out of LOS. So in theory, The Dragon Slayer goes for the Fafnir. Doesn't get much done. Okay. There's just so many of them. There's still 12 enemies out here. The Gallant moves up, fires on the Annihilator. There we go. And the Zeus moves in. 4 movers in phase 25. So we don't get to respawn for a while here. Any moment now, guys. And airstrike. Where are they dropping it? Okay, we kind of... That's a really awkward place to put it. Okay, well, the Atlas moves up. Personally, I think that the pirates should not have access to airstrikes. Like, they're completely ramshackle. Why would they have aerospace fighters?
Damage is minor, Commander.
But whatever. So we'll need to get out of this, of course. Once we finally get a chance to move, anyway. The question is the Salamander in danger from that? And I think the answer is yes. Well, here comes the airstrike, and yup, right into the Salamander.
She's not looking too good.
Okay,
Standing by.
so the Annihilator can move up to around here.
Moving to position.
So I'm not sure that that was the airstrike. It's the Marshal calling in the airstrike. So I guess we'll hit the Marshal here. They are, of course, still trying to laser AMS all of that.
Commander?
The Mauler is going to have to move out of here.
Right, Commander.
And we're going to hit this Marshal as well. Not much for hits there. Okay.
Good to go.
The Longbow needs to attempt to sprint out of there. There's only so far it can go, though.
On it.
We'll hit the Marshal.
Roger that.
Okay.
Watch my heat levels.
Phase 22. Here comes that airstrike. We might be saying goodbye to the Salamander. Okay, they fired artillery on the Fafnir there. Did the airstrike just hit none of them?
Reporting. Major armor loss.
I wouldn't have expected
Losing
that.
armor.
I can't take much more of this.
The Fafnir has to move forward here because of the airstrike. We'll fire on the Marshal. But again, we don't do much to it because of range. Okay, they're shooting at the Mauler. They take down this building.
Okay, that was bad.
Indeed.
Standing by.
The Bull Shark is going to back off.
Moving out.
And we're going to drop artillery right on this Dragon Slayer. Do we
Firing
get
on
knocked down
target.
by it? We'll find out. Looks like no,
Right
so
here.
that's good. The Boar's Head is also going to try to pull back a bit, but there's only so far it can go. And we will go ahead and drop artillery on the Dragon Slayer.
Locking in target.
Very bad artillery shots there.
Order.
Very, very bad artillery shots. We're going to move up with our Magcat over here to get out of the airstrike. And we should be able to kill the Marshal here, I think.
Firing. Full complement on.
That's a lot of
For a
damage.
critical hit.
But he's not dead. Okay. Phase 10, phase 7. This is the airstrike.
Guys? Those aren't our planes.
Indeed not. So they hit the Bull Shark
I can't take much more of this.
and the Boar's Head. For now, that's okay. And they didn't hit the Salamander. Okay, that's a huge deal. Okay.
Orders?
So the salamander is going to continue to withdraw. Unfortunately, there's only so far it can go. Let's see, we've got 3 rounds. I'd like to take it here. The Annihilator didn't get shot at. Is this outside of the airstrike? I have no idea. If it is, great. If it isn't, the salamander dies. We're going to vigilance the salamander. And that's definitely in the airstrike. The longbow did not take damage from the airstrike. We could position it here for the damage reduction. That might be a better choice. Okay. They've got 3 phase 30 movers. Let's see what they do. They shoot at the Annihilator, get a little damage done. There's so many of them that it's taking so long to withdraw. That's the problem with the withdraw system in this game. In many cases, you're better off just fighting it out. I don't think that's the case here, though. Just because there's 2 untouched lances and the leader. So, round 30, or phase 30, rather. Who else are they going to move? The Red Reaper. Okay. That's a Black Knight. They're not going to be able to fire with the Black Knight. That's good. Phase 29. Let's see what they do. The Orion moves up. Fires on our Fat. Okay. I like that. That's good.
That shot just grazed me.
They have another phase 27 mover. That will be the Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer jumps and fires on the Mauler. Okay. Get some internal damage there, but that's with the through armor.
Reporting. Structural damage.
A phase 26 mover that we don't see. Eventually we'll get a chance to move.
Aye, aye.
Okay, so that's our Annihilator moving. We're going to leave our Annihilator where it's at, and we're going to hit this Marshal with our LRM-20s. I expect this Marshal to die here. That hit almost entirely armor. That is such bad luck. Wow. He has, like, no armor locations left. And I can't see what's happening down there.
Heap of trouble here.
Can I please...
Yikes.
Can I please
That
see
is
what
hard.
happened?
Not
Maybe?
much armor left in that location.
Okay. I think we're fine. RogueTech did not want me to see what happened here. Yeah, we're fine for now. Both MRM-40s have been crit, but
Good to go.
it's okay. The Mauler is going to move up,
On my way.
and we're going to fire on definitely the Marshal here. Surely this one will kill him.
All weapons are go. Critical. All
That's
weapon
a
LRM,
negative.
Commander.
We are rolling incredibly bad lately. Like, that's ridiculous. He has no armor left, and he survived an HGR and a Gauss rifle hit. The Marshal moves up, fires on our Magcat. He does no damage, but he should have died. Okay, the Longbow is definitely going to step forward here,
Heading out.
and we're going to finish off this Marshal. It has to die here, right? There's no way it survives.
Roger.
It survived.
Reporting. Critical hit.
But the pilot ejected. Okay.
These can't vent fast enough. I'm
So
taking
that's
damage.
good. They have a phase 21 mover. That's their Atlas. The Atlas is shooting at the Salamander,
I took a hit in the meat.
getting a bunch of internal damage, including an ammo explosion, which is actually an infected Myomer bundle there. So that's unfortunate. We might have to eject the Salamander here. Like,
I'm ta-
oh, hello. Somebody got knocked down by something. Do we need to eject the salamander? It's incredibly close. We probably should.
Yes, Commander.
So the boar's head is going to make its way up over this direction. It's still within the area here,
Roger that.
but it might be LOS. This Dragon Slayer probably dies to direct fire. So we're going to hit the Gallant here.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Commander.
The Bull Shark is going to step back. And we're going to also drop artillery on this Gallant. That AMS just goes ham on that Corsair. Okay,
Orders
so our Fafnir is going to close in.
confirmed.
And we're going to finish off this Dragon Slayer, I think. Heroes aren't the best,
Locking in all weapon
and we
systems.
missed both autocannon shots there. That Corsair is still going nuts with its laser AMS. Okay, here comes the planes.
Guys, those aren't our planes.
Indeed. Structure exposure on the Bull Shark.
That hit something important.
And they shoot at the Boar's Head as well. To be expected.
My armor's getting blown apart.
Okay. So at this point, our Madcap Mark II is going to move up.
Aye, aye.
And we're going to finish off this Dragon Slayer. We still have 2 more rounds before we're out of here. The Dragon Slayer is dead.
One less target.
Okay.
My Gauss rifle is empty.
So they still have 2 more units than we do. 2 rounds. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to eject the Salamander. I really hate to do this. We're running so low on FCSs. But I don't think we have a choice.
Ejecting.
I really don't. So we're going to get out of here. Eventually. They have 4 phase 30 movers. And that airstrike is still ongoing. Now, we don't get to respond to this for quite some time. Phase 18, phase 19. Yeah, I'm definitely getting kind of frustrated with the number of enemies that it's throwing at us in every single mission now. I feel like they changed something in the mission generation and didn't document it. Like, I definitely feel like we're seeing a lot of additional enemies that we weren't seeing before this last set of patches. Okay, well, that Orion moves in, goes for our Fafnir. Okay.
I'm under heavy fire.
For now, that's fine. Base 27. There's a Marauder that we didn't know about. Okay, that's fine.
Aye, aye.
The Annihilator is just going to park off over here for the time being. And we're going to lob some LRMs at this Orion.
Copy that.
Okay. 3 phase 24 movers. It just feels like we're outnumbered in every mission by an extreme margin. I don't know. It certainly feels like they changed something. We're getting, like, 2 to 3 support lances in every mission now. Which doesn't feel like the way it's supposed to be.
Minimal damage on that hit.
We need to move the Fafnir, but we can't.
Minor damage.
Not for a
Commander.
while yet. The Atlas moves up. Goes for the Fafnir. Yep.
That shot just grazed me.
Okay. Is that the last round of planes?
Watch the sky.
Yep.
Watch the sky.
So we might be saying goodbye to our LRM on the Bull Shark.
I'm hit.
Indeed we are.
I'm losing weapon systems.
We never had a chance to respond to that with the Bull Shark. We were moving out of there as quickly as we could.
I'm doomed. Doomed.
But there was never a chance to do anything about it. So at this point, the Mauler is going to want to move up over this way.
Sprinting.
And we want to fire on this Orion. Our hit odds are not great. We'll go ahead and Warlord. and see what we got.
Affirmative.
That was some solid hits there, actually. We'll take that.
Standing by.
The longbow is going to move up, and we're also going to fire on that Orion. We're just trying to take as much with us as we can right now. Not great crits there, but the Fafnir is going to round this corner.
Position confirmed.
And we'll fire on this Orion with everything we've got. We'll warlord it, and we could kill the Orion.
Confirmed. Firing.
We only hit one of those, but we did get enough. So the Orion's dead. No concern there.
Tango down.
Next up is going to be our Bull Shark, which at this point needs to continue to back off, just in case there's more planes. And we're going to drop artillery on this Atlas.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Standing by.
Our Boar's Head needs to Vigilance, and then sprint over this way.
Affirmative.
And also drop artillery on this Atlas.
Roger that.
There we go. And our Madcap Mark II doesn't really have much it can do. We're just going to move up and brace. Okay. So, one more round until we evac. They have 3 phase 30 movers. And they fire on the Fafnir. They don't get too much done there. Okay. What else? The Zeus is going to move and not do anything at all. What else do they got? Nothing. Okay. Phase 29. What are they going to do? Marauder moves. It jumps. It does not fire.
Yes,
But right now,
Commander.
all we're going to do with the Boar's Head is we're going to position it here, and we're going to brace. Okay.
Commander.
The Annihilator is going to brace.
Copy that.
The Longbow is going to brace.
Confirmed.
We're just trying to get out of here with minimal damage at this point. Like, we're already going to be spending more than we would have made. We really need the mission generation to stop throwing all of these support lances at us. That's, not exactly great.
Losing armor.
And it wasn't doing this before the set of patches, so I think something changed. I'll look into that after this mission. The
Waiting
Mauler
for
is going to brace,
Good for now.
Awaiting
and the
orders.
Bull Shark is going to brace.
Keeping my heat low.
They're firing at the Fafnir. Structure exposure on the Fafnir.
Armor blow through. Internal damage.
However, we get to move the Fafnir immediately, and we're just going to turn the Fafnir right on around and brace.
Waiting for orders.
Madcap Mark II is going to brace.
Stabilizing and bracing.
Okay, I think we're out of here. Yes. As soon as we get the chance, we're going to withdraw now. They get 3 more movers. And unfortunately, because it was our Salamander that we ejected, that's our early mover. So our next earliest is actually 24. Okay. So they move their Gallant, fire on our Fafnir.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Indeed you are. Phase 30 is ongoing. Zeus moves up, does not fire. Marauder jumps, does not fire. Okay. Any moment now. Phase 26. Let's see if they can do anything. That's their Mauler, so no. I didn't even know they had a Mauler up there. They have so much. The Atlas is going to fire on the Fafnir. It does get through the armor, but not much done there.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
And we are out of here. 400,000 Seabills worth of damage, but we have to go. We have to get out.
Go.
These missions are generating so badly. We're getting incredibly awful luck. And this is why I say I really think they changed something in the mission generation. But if they did, it's undocumented. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I'll take a look at it. We lost money on that to a pretty dramatic degree. And that's awful. That's absolutely awful. So there's not anything we can do. It's just RogueTech decided, screw you. And sometimes that happens. But it does feel bad. There's no doubt about it. We've been just generating so many missions with just ludicrous numbers of enemies. Something had to have changed. We haven't had a run of bad luck this bad before. So I will have to look into that. It's way past time to get this uploading. Like, I have to put a cut in. It's actually going to go live in right now. It's supposed to be live right now. This took way longer than planned. But, okay. I apologize if this video might be a little bit late. But, oh man, look at that cost. There's just nothing you can do about that, though. RogueTech is just generating crappy missions. Like, we need to take a look at it. But we need to get these repairs done, and that's something that will be done next episode. We'll figure out somehow, some way. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I will see you all next time.